gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 730. I'm your host, GBD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by the man who can't make it to E3, so he brings E3 to him, Wombat. And everyone, actually.
I'm a walking E3.
What do you mean?
I don't know, but you said it, and I'm just like, I'm rolling with it.
I was saying, like, you can't go to E3, so now nobody can go to E3. Everybody is taking it in at home.
Yes.
That's what I was saying.
Good news. You were saying... the chat is saying there's no audio.
What? Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, look at that. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, why?
Did you fix it?
No.
Did you fix it?
What?
Fix it.
Oh, now.
Yeah,
is it
fix
fixed
it now. Is it fixed?
Right now. Now?
Now?
Now.
Now?
I can hear you.
No.
Can they hear? Oh, they can hear.
No, they can't hear anything.
No.
Yeah, why is that?
I can hear both of you.
I can hear you just fine. Can you put on closed captioning?
Let's see. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
No, I bet you I can fix it. Let's see. Did that do it? Yeah, that did it. Why did that happen? That's so weird.
I don't know. Can people hear us now?
Yeah, they can hear you. They can't hear me yet. But they
Okay.
will.
So if you can hear me in the chat, just
Put your hands
nod
up.
your head.
Put your hands up. The font is so small, and I'm so old.
Are we going to try the joke again at the beginning? Second time?
I don't think anyone. Oh, I can only hear Wombat. Oh, wait.
No, they can hear you. Just nobody can hear Shipwreck.
No, they can hear
chat
me.
mic.
It says yes, Ship.
And me. I finally did it.
This is great.
Oh, I hear dogs
Welcome
attacking.
to episode 730, everyone. We know how to do this.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. You didn't miss anything. We just were talking about E3 and when dogs attack.
We didn't get that far.
I can hear them. No, but I can hear them in the background.
They're fine now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, since Sheepy brought it up, for those who don't know, we got a second dog last week, which is its own story, and I'll follow up hopefully with that another time. We'll give that a little time. But about an hour ago, the two dogs got into a bit of a nasty fight, and they are currently being separated whilst we tend to some wounds.
I have a question.
Yes.
What was the fight about?
So they were outside, and the new one, the little dog, was running around and was little too hyperactive, and just kind of that energy didn't mesh well with the big dog.
Big dog wanted chill vibes.
Yeah, and when they got a little too close to each other, they went after each other. I was in the big pool at the time, so I was trying to jump out to get them. When I say big, I mean the high wall above ground thing. So it's like a process to get out. My wife's trying to pull them
multiple
apart.
Pools? You have to describe your pools?
Yeah.
And the indoor pool.
And luckily Sabrina ran outside and was able to grab, because the little dog we don't even allow out back without being on a leash to help prevent these situations. Sabrina was able to get the leash, pull that dog back. We were able to get them separated. The whole thing maybe lasted 15 seconds, but Tima got nicked like 6 times. And you don't want to see that.
I have another second question, follow-up question.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Who won?
Probably the little dog, because like I said, Tima got nicked about 6 times. The little dog only got hit we only see one hit on the little dog, right on the top of her head.
Right.
Hopefully no one, we don't think there's a need for anything like stitches or anything. But and nothing's they're not like long gashes, which is an issue. You don't want the dog to like bite and pull.
You want them to pull up but not out.
There's a couple of just canine puncture wounds basically from the small dog on the big dog. And I'm a little shaken up. I told the whole story. I'm a little shaken up. I'm trying my best, honestly, to keep it together. I don't think anyone ever wants to see their dog hurt.
Especially a new dog. A fresh
I'm also
dog.
talking about the old dog.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I understand.
He's worried about the old dog. He
Got it.
didn't even call the new dog by name.
Right. Well, yeah, right. We haven't even talked about the new dog.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. I see. I see.
Yeah.
It's a sticky situation, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's a delicate situation.
So we're just trying to
Right. We got to figure
keep it
out what's
together.
right.
Navigate. We're trying to navigate.
Yeah. I mean, we were told that this could happen. We're told that what happened isn't unusual and we shouldn't freak out. But
You're freaking out now because it's a freaky situation.
It doesn't mean exactly. It doesn't mean you have to like it,
Right?
If it's. I mean, I get it. These things happen. No one is seriously injured. They're just two dogs that got into a fight,
right?
Because that's what happens with dogs. That's what happens with people.
Can we train the older dog so that she can better defend herself?
It'll happen in time. I mean, again, it's like two people. They just have to learn who each other are and get on the right wavelengths.
Right.
And in time, it'll happen. It just happens slowly.
You can't force the montage.
Yeah, it's been a week.
Has to be compiled over time.
Right. So now the dogs are learning, like, hey, if I run around, there's going to be like fighting, maybe.
It's
if
more of
too much running equals fighting.
If one dog is running around outside, the other dog has to stay in the house, even if we think the little dog has calmed down.
Right.
Doesn't mean that dog has calmed down.
Right.
And it's just because that's what we thought had happened. Basically, we were like, all right, she's calmed down now. We can let the other dog back out. We were wrong. Because we've never had two dogs before and we're learning as we go.
Yep. Well,
yeah.
I'm sure they'll get along.
We'll find out. I mean, and it's funny because they had been getting along so well for the last, 6 days.
Right.
And by getting along, I mean having no interest in each other, which is really fine. That's fine.
Right. Yeah. Well, sucks.
Yep. So I'm trying to hold it together
well
and
put,
GP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm not going to get a dog.
No, don't.
It's a lot. It's a lot of action I'm not looking for. Well,
how was your weekend?
It was good. Nobody got in any fights. I don't know. We didn't do really much of anything. I played.
I hope the dogs are okay.
Thank you.
I'm sure they're fine. Are they crying?
No, Tima she has like one wound here that she kept licking. So we had to put the muzzle on her to keep her from licking it.
Right.
And yeah.
You're not supposed to licking.
No, that's not good for, for healing.
Right.
For healing purposes.
Yeah. It's like 2 kids is already a lot of kids. And then 2 dogs is like more kids, I feel. It's a lot.
Right.
Even 1 dog is like more kids.
Yes. It's like having 2 small children.
Right.
Because, my children are pretty easy going.
Right, but that's because they're older now, though. But like, I'm sure when they were like 3 and 5, it was like, oh my God, when can I sleep? Because I see that my friend at the table tennis club's got kids that age, and he's given fucking lessons all day, and he just looks like he wants to go to bed at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's the good thing about 2 kids that are over the age of 10.
Right.
They sleep until they sleep in on Sundays just like I want to. So yeah, that's fine.
Nice. Do you want to ship anything exciting happening? Not really.
A lot of cleaning around here.
For what?
The neighborhood garage sale's coming up.
Oh.
So we've done the garage sale thing where we're Mrs. Shipwreck started the garage sale clearing out of toys too early. So she gathered all the toys that the kids are like, yeah, we can get rid of these toys.
And now they're playing with them again?
A week early. And so, yes, now that's the only thing they've been playing with for the last week. And now they're all back in the basement, basically.
Was that like the goodbye tour and now they're not ready to say goodbye?
Yeah. Well, they'd already agreed that they were like good with it. Like, yeah, it's like the little people stuff, right? It's all the...
I remember that. I remember when that happened with us. The same exact thing happened.
I knew it was going to happen because I remember going through this as a kid, too. Like, you just got to rip the Band-Aid off like that day.
Hide those things. All right, you got to hide them at least.
There goes the Silver Hawks and humanoids. They're going out today.
Mm-hmm. What a mistake.
Right. So like I'm fine with it. Like the little people are back down in the basement or whatever. Like probably never to see a garage sale ever because now they've got the double emotional attachment to them of we almost sold these. What were we thinking? And now they'll be in a tub until everyone dies.
Cut them in on the money. Cut them in on the money. It's the only way.
I'm going to say, you'll be surprised. It will come around. We had this issue with Imaginext, similar to Little People, where we brought them all out to go. We were going to donate it all. We do a lot of donations to the Lupus Foundation. We were getting our Lupus Foundation donation together, and we put together all the Imaginext stuff. And Elliot's like, I love this stuff. And he started taking it outside and building a city. And he's like, I can't get rid of these things. And it was like a year before. He was like, okay, I'm ready. Now I'm ready. You could give it away. And that was like when he was 10. So
I mean, they're only 8 and 5, so it's not like
you got like 2 years.
Yeah, we're good. I mean, it's the Disney Princess Castle Little People, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like you put on a different princess and it recognizes what princess that is, and she sings her song and they do a little dance thing, and I get it. Like that. And then of course Mrs. Shipwreck is telling Emmeline, like, oh, you used to play with this all the time. This is like your favorite toy when you were little. I'm like, what are you doing?
Shut up. You're blowing it.
Yeah,
Don't you know how this works?
We had this castle out the door. I already filled in the spots on the shelves downstairs with the other toys. That's
how you know she's a doctor, not a salesman.
Mm-hmm.
Big difference.
Yeah. So
different mentality.
Yeah. That's all we got. We're preparing for the garage sale. You guys do garage sales?
I don't want to like sell things to people.
Not really. We did a garage sale literally once before Elliot was born. We did a garage sale, and I hated every second of it.
Right. Who wants to? You don't want to start negotiating with people about over your junk. It's just like, just take it or don't, and leave me alone. Give me the money or don't give me the money. Otherwise,
that's why we just went with the donation.
Right. That sounds better.
We do like, and then we put it in the big trash bags, and we do like 10 giant lawn bags a year of stuff to donate.
Yeah, we do the, I don't know, almost monthly donations as well, but we do. It's the community aspect of participating in the neighborhood garage sale.
Well,
right?
we don't have a neighborhood garage sale either, so maybe that's it. Maybe
of course you don't. It would just be nonstop fighting in the streets if you had
a
neighborhood garage sale.
Just like the dogs. No, because everybody's on the same page over there, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Trump is still my president.
Yeah, exactly. Stop the steal of my stuff from this garage.
Do you have any crazy cars in your neighborhood still? You know, that say like you have with like too many Trump stickers or too much crazy scribbling on the side?
Not as bad. I mean, I've seen some in this neighborhood, but none on my block.
I still see one in a neighborhood that I go to frequently. It's still there. It says 100% man and proud of it. Former Marine or something like that, or maybe just Marine. And then it says, don't trust the Democrats with the rats, capitalized. But not just like scribbled on the side of his car. It's like not good looking. It's not attractive. I feel bad for his neighbors. But so there's still some holdouts there. But maybe not in your neighborhood. That's good. You got that going for you. Some show feedback?
Sure. This one is from this. Yeah, this is regular show feedback. Gorgo had to say good show, and no surprise about the Amico. We'll get to that later. Just watch The Northman. It's on Peacock, not Paramount. So at least I feel like maybe a dozen people let me know that The Northman is on Peacock, not Paramount Plus. I clearly made a mistake. I am a human being.
What are two streaming services I will not subscribe to?
I had no idea you even subscribed to Peacock. What's going on over at Peacock these days?
Girls 5 Eva. Girls 5 Eva is on Peacock, and I like that show. And it has some decent movies, like The Northman. And Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story.
Cock. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Wait, Dewey what?
Dewey Cox. Walk Hard?
Oh. Good.
You've never seen Walk Hard?
I've never heard you talking about that on this show.
I know. I talk about it all the time. You yelled at me last week.
No, I've never seen it because I told you I never saw it before.
I know. But anyway, so I do. I have Peacock and Paramount Plus.
Oh, that's the place for wrestling, apparently, according to Angeltron.
I don't watch that. But I was wrong. I'm sorry, I guess. I didn't realize that this was going to be like a criminal offense that so many people were going to reach out and complain. So I don't know.
Don't look
We're
for,
laying out the case.
Yeah.
I think what people are saying, if you don't know where it's streaming, it's okay if you don't say it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're saying. Or that you're dumb. One of those two things.
Yeah, it's streaming somewhere. Look it up. That's what I'll say for everything.
Just Google it, you fucking
Just
ass.
Google it. You'll find it.
Are there any streaming services you don't have?
I don't have Discovery Plus anymore.
Okay.
You had it though.
I had it when it was free for a year, and I didn't feel it was worth renewing. Because everything is just on the Food
You
Network.
have cable too, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have cable and every streaming service other than Discovery Plus.
Yes, I get. I get Disney Plus and Hulu with my phone, so that's free with my phone.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just trying to figure out the content situation.
I'm explaining.
I know that's what I appreciate it.
I get HBO Max for free with my cable because I have HBO.
Okay.
And I get HBO for free with my cable also. So I get free HBO plus free HBO
What Shipwreck
Max.
wants to know is, what is your monthly streaming nut?
That's what I'm saying. It's surprisingly low.
Do you know the number?
It's whatever. The only thing we pay for out of pocket, to be honest, is Netflix. Oh, and Amazon Prime.
Wait, how do you get...
That's for the shipping. So I don't know if that counts.
You're paying for it out of pocket, but just not directly into the streaming service. You're not paying the streaming service.
I feel like the streaming is free with Amazon Prime, so that one I don't count.
Well, no, you're saying that for a bunch of them. Like, you're paying for the cable and you get the streaming. You're paying for your phone and you get these things.
Yeah, so it's not like
out of pocket may not have the same definition of that.
Well, I mean, I'm paying, my phone bill would be the same whether I had Disney Plus or not.
Right.
My cable bill would be the same whether I had.
What about Peacock?
Peacock and Paramount Plus, I have because my father wanted them, so I set them up for him.
So it doesn't count out of pocket if your father wants them?
Well, it doesn't count out of pocket if I'm not the one paying for it.
Dad's paying for it. He set it up, and then he horked the password.
I'm going to let the FBI know about that. Is that who we contact about this?
Uh-huh. You could let them know. It's fine. So,
I think they live in the same state.
No, I was just curious because I didn't know you had Peacock as well. Like, I had forgotten about.
Technically, I don't.
Okay.
He has access to Peacock.
I have access to Peacock and I have access to Paramount Plus, but I don't actually have them. And yeah, the only one that I'm really, pay for monthly is Netflix.
So hard to get this information out. I felt like we had to work really hard to get to the bottom of this somehow.
I don't think so.
No, I don't know. I felt like Shipwreck had to do some deep investigating.
I started to think if there was ever something that Wombat couldn't watch, and I don't think that's the case.
I mean, I could probably watch most things.
Crunchyroll. You don't have Crunchyroll.
I don't have Crunchyroll.
And then that other one.
Yeah, and there's like a Hallmark one that my wife every now and again goes, this one seems like it might be. I'm like, no.
And you don't have the Japanese channel.
No, I don't have that one.
Nice. All right. Whew.
So there's a lot.
Okay.
There's a lot I'm missing.
I don't know about that.
No,
gotta collect them all.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, we talked about the Amico, and Shanafan, who posts the clips on YouTube, posted our Amico clip, and that clip had more comments than the actual show itself.
What?
Yeah, I know. I thought that was crazy.
All these people can't get their money back from Amico. They're Googling Amico and it's coming up.
I think it's good SEO on YouTube. I think a lot of people last week were searching for things about the Amico story.
Right.
Every week.
Yeah, exactly. Well, last week there was news about it.
Only when looking for refunds that they don't think they're going to ever see.
In fact, Dracovania said, now this is what a mature, professional, and entertaining panel looks like. Good job.
Sounds like a Russian
mind
bot.
You, he only watched the Amico section, I believe, because that's what he was commenting on.
Right.
He didn't see the rest of the nonsense.
That's fine.
But yeah.
That counts. If he's not a Russian bot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sold.
With a name like Dracovania. That's too relevant to the content.
I don't know. They have advanced artificial intelligence.
Maybe.
Probably not.
I don't know.
All right. That's the feedback.
That's the feedback. I thought it was good feedback.
Okay. Good job. This guy said good job.
See?
How about some watch this jerks?
Sure.
Who's been watching stuff?
We both saw the same movie. We both saw No Time to Die, the new James Bond movie starring James Bond and is it Leah Seydoux? I believe it's
James Bond is in this movie?
James Bond.
Starring James Bond.
James Bond. Did I say it's just starring James
You
Bond?
did.
Starring Daniel Craig and Rami Malek.
So Wombat told me in our group chat that this was now available on Amazon Prime, and I'm like, fuck that, I'm not watching that. And then I told Mrs. Cheapy, and she's like, oh yeah, we got to watch that. I was like, no, I don't think it's going to be good. I think it's a bad idea. And,
It's long.
and she was just very insistent that we watch it. And I think it's because she wants to see Daniel Craig. That's my theory. But we did watch it, and I was right. It wasn't. I mean, I didn't enjoy it, and she said it was her least favorite Bond movie. Actually,
I don't know if is it my least favorite. I don't know about that. I think I actually dislike Spectre a little more. I also wasn't a huge fan of. I know people really like Skyfall. I didn't love Skyfall.
Spectre, the last one. I don't think I saw that one.
Before this one,
I don't think I saw that.
Yeah. No Time to. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it as much as you. I enjoyed parts of it. I don't think I enjoyed the whole. Does that?
Yes, it's got some entertaining sequences, but I feel like these. I mean, this is not like some great discovery, but like the movies are obviously been very dark since they've rebooted with Daniel Craig.
How much testicle torture in this one?
Right. There's no like. That's the level of darkness of these movies. Is like what kind of torture is featured.
Are you avoiding my question? How much testicle torture?
No testicle. There's no testicle action as far as I can recall, but certainly there's the general dark tone and unpleasantness that is just now associated with the Daniel Craig James Bond movies. I know this is the last one. I'm happy for them to move on, and maybe they reboot it with, go back to the old days with Roger Moore and like the skiing, and it's fun.
Well,
it's fun.
I mean, that could be what happens. The Sean Connery movies were more serious and darker tone for that time as well.
Right.
And then it flipped to the Roger Moore where it had the bumbling Southern sheriff. It very well could. They could do that. And honestly, in between those two was On Her Majesty's Secret Service, which might be, the darkest of them up to that time. Spoiler alert from a movie from 1970, but they kill James Bond's wife in that movie at the end. It's like a big surprise.
Right.
Like, oh no, like you think, oh, James Bond's finally going to be happy. This is it for him. He's going to live happily ever after. And then like, nope, not James Bond.
Right.
Sucks to be him. So
But kind of the character doesn't work too if he's married.
well,
Right.
I'm just saying. But at the time, people didn't know they were going to make another one because it was like this weird in between George Lazenby era. But then it went to, the Roger Moore era. And I actually like Live and Let Die a lot. I think that's a good one too. And The Man with the Golden Gun. I mean, those are fun movies. The early Roger Moores. Late Roger Moore, though, it starts to... A View to a Kill is not a good movie.
No. Once they got to the 80s or like the late 80s or whatever, it started to fall apart.
And Moonraker might as well be an Austin Powers movie.
But these movies, I don't know. There's no joy to be had in these movies, or very little joy. And I don't know. They never. None of them really worked for me.
And I don't want to spoil anything for the new one because it's new. But if they were going to do the thing they did at the end, they shouldn't have done the thing that was fairly similar in the middle. I don't know if that makes sense to you, the way I said it.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I do know.
Did Christmas come more than once?
Yeah, Christmas comes with
in the worst. Yeah, the opposite of
nice.
that.
That's a good joke.
Right. Right. Anyway, yeah, not a huge fan of No Time to Die, but a lot of people really liked it. I was Googling the reviews and stuff, and a lot of people that's like one of their favorite Bond movies.
I liked it. I just didn't like elements of it. Like I said, there's like, this was good, this was bad. This was good, this was bad.
Right.
But I don't want to spoil too much of it because
it just came out on Amazon Prime, which which is 100% confirmed by our fact-checking team. We also we bought Everything Everywhere All at Once because why not? Gotta watch something. And that was a pretty good movie, but I feel like maybe I heard there was too much hype around it. Because I don't know, it was really entertaining and the good action, but I don't know. I didn't fall in love with it, let's say. And Mrs. Chibi didn't either. Ty, I really liked it. Ty liked it a lot.
Yeah, my daughter saw it in the theaters and she really liked it too. It might be the age.
Yeah, it's got
they're the same age at this weird little couple of months.
Yes, yes, and it was awesome to see the guy from the Goonies and Indiana Jones. Yeah, he was great in that. Yeah, but we didn't. I don't think I'm going to be thinking about that movie that much.
I want to see it still.
Yeah,
I'm interested.
You should.
I want to see it too, and I will once it comes on. I mean, it could come onto any streaming service. I'm pretty much set.
How long is it?
That one is, I don't know. It seemed long. I don't know. I'll look it up while you talk about the next movie.
Oh, I've only watched an hour of this next movie, but it's one you talked about last week. I watched Roar.
I don't think that's what it's called.
It's pronounced Roar.
2 hours and 20 minutes on the Everything Everywhere.
Oh, that's not too bad. 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Right.
I'm fine with that. Once things start getting above like the 2.5 hour mark is where I got to be really committed.
Okay, now first of all, this is big news. You watch the first hour of RRR. Now that the news isn't that you watch the first hour of RRR. The news is that means that after a long hiatus,
you got Netflix.
Oh yeah, we've had Netflix for a few weeks. Mrs. Shipwreck wanted to watch something that was on Netflix.
I feel by not telling us that you got Netflix again, you've been lying to us.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I didn't know we had it.
I feel like you done us dirty.
I did not know we had it, and then she brought it up because she was watching something, and I'm like, "Oh, we have Netflix again, huh?"
Right.
And so I went. I guess I'll look at this RRR movie.
Of all the things to watch on Netflix,
to punish her for getting Netflix, I'm like, "Oh, we should really check this movie out because everybody really loves it."
Right.
You know what you would like on Netflix? Maybe, I say with a grain of salt, you might like The Adam Project.
Actually, we've had Netflix. I've talked about this. We had Netflix because that was where that He-Man show was on.
Yes.
And I was watching some of that He-Man show.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had it for a little bit. That He-Man show. Okay.
Darkness in the chat says you should watch the Adam Sandler basketball movie Hustle.
Okay. I can try that.
But talk about RRR.
RRR. That is a visually appealing movie to watch.
Yes.
Every shot is like, I don't know, it's
epic,
amazing to look at.
Right.
It's really long though. That's a 3 hour plus movie, and I feel like we're a little over an hour into it, and it feels like I've already watched a full movie.
It doesn't slow down much though.
There's been like at least 5 montages so far. There's been a dance number.
Right. The dance number was really good, right?
It was, but it's like, what is happening? What is happening in this movie?
That movie, don't you agree that within the first 5 minutes of watching that movie, you're like, okay, I didn't fuck up by turning this movie on.
To an extent, yeah.
Do you remember the first
Mrs. Shipwreck. So we turned it off after an hour.
Yeah.
Which was really because the kids were watching a movie upstairs and they came down after their movie was over and we were only an hour in. But she's like, you have to look up the end of this because if this doesn't have a happy ending, I'm out.
I think all these movies are known to have happy endings. I'm not sure. I think that's maybe a trademark of a Bollywood movie. I'm not sure. There are several trademarks of a Bollywood movie.
I'm not sure either. You could tell me a trademark is that everyone dies.
I'm not sure.
These movies
it's not though.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So you're gonna keep watching it.
Yeah, we're gonna keep watching. We're slow playing it, right? We probably have 2 more watch.
That's fine.
Sessions.
No, we've done that plenty of times. This one I think we watched in 2 sessions, if I recall correctly.
The weird thing is the version that's on Amazon is the Hindi version, but that's also not the native version.
Netflix.
That the movie was shot in.
Netflix, not Amazon.
Did I say Amazon?
Yeah.
Netflix. Way to go! Now you're gonna get the nasty.
Nope. That's why I'm here.
That's why. Yeah,
I'm fact
be
checking.
sure to correct me.
Yes, it's not. So
But
it's
Netflix
dubbed in Hindi. It's dubbed.
It's dubbed in Hindi, so
yeah.
all the main like the English speaking characters are speaking in English, and it's their voices.
Yeah.
But then the main characters are dubbed over, like, and it's hilarious the voices that they've given them.
Yeah, it's
They're all
not
like
ideal.
super deep voices.
It's not the ideal situation. I guess obviously it was a licensing thing, but still, don't let that stop you from watching RRR. It's really good. You know, interesting. When I was tweeting about it and recommending it, I got like some Indian accounts that were like retweeting my tweet just to point out like how this movie has crossed over to white people watching it. Like they didn't say that.
You're the whitest of people.
Right. Like, wait till they get a load of you. They'd be like, this guy's like paper that's on fire. And they were all like, they were excited. But then one guy was like, this is like a cash, like a payola or something. He didn't believe that I generally liked the movie. He thought that I was getting some cash he was a fan of some other Indian director.
Did you tell him you wish you were?
I asked where I could sign up to get my, I don't know what the currency of India is. I'm embarrassed. Rupal.
Rupees?
Rupee?
Is that the Zelda?
It's like the Zelda currency.
Anyway, I thought that was interesting. So, and then I told my neighbor, I went to my neighbor's house yesterday. He's married to an Indian woman. He was cutting some wood for me for my home project to stop the rat poop from coming into my house. I'm trying to seal up this area, and the wood place didn't cut my wood properly. So now I have to go to my neighbor because
I hate it when I have wood problems.
Exactly. Luckily, this is the only wood problem I have. So I went to my neighbor's house. And I was going to tell him about RRR, and I did. He was excited about that. But when he opened up he's got like the fanciest garage, like with the whole like workbench and air conditioning and everything and all that shit. Big BMW fan. Usually has an old, like a classic M3 in there. Opened it up. Now he's got a Tesla in there. And I was like, that's crazy. Because this guy was like BMW up the ass. Like literally there's BMW paraphernalia, like on the walls, everywhere, all around. And he was like, this car is the most amazing car. He's like, I can't even drive like a regular car anymore. And I got into a whole thing about him with Tesla. She's trying to convince me like that it's the ultimate thing.
The ultimate driving machine?
And coming from him, the guy was like, you know, like just diehard BMW. For him to switch over to, forget about another brand, but like an electric car seems crazy to me. Like you buy a BMW like car like that because it makes a noise. Like part of the reason is because it makes a cool noise, and this car makes no noise. But he was really going for it. He did say that if Elon says he's going to vote for Trump, he's going to sell the Tesla. Because I tried to reconcile how he could buy like an Elon Musk product like that. We had a discussion about that.
Okay, the discussion was had.
The discussion was like the first thing like I had. I was like, how could you just? I can't really support that guy. And he's like, yeah, that's a problem. He agrees that that's a problem. We were on the same page there. But he was just blown away by this car.
Just tell him to stick with his German engineered cars from the 40s that have no negative connotations or history behind them, and it's perfully fine.
The car is not from the 40s. The car is not from the 40s.
Go back to that.
It's not a Nazi car. He doesn't even have it. He sold both his BMWs.
It's okay.
Now he only has BMW motorcycles. That one, he actually is one from the 50s.
Rough out there.
Well, he's told me he has no money. He's like, I have no money, but I have these motorcycles and this Tesla.
What's James Bond driving these days? It's not BMWs, is it?
Aston Martin.
He's back to Aston Martin.
Yeah, he's back to the DB5.
I don't understand how he's retired in the movie, but he still has all these fucking Aston Martins.
Because he has a lot of money.
Why? He's a government
they
worker.
They explain that in Skyfall.
Oh, that movie was dumb.
You asked the question. At least I have an answer. I could have said I don't know. I could have said just because.
Right.
And I'm like, his family had money.
He talked about his. Oh God. Yeah. So he's like super hot, super agent, and rich also. So he's got like nothing like holding him down, and he's white.
Yes. Yep.
He did get his testicles pounded with rope. So it wasn't all rainbows and sunshine.
Didn't seem to hurt his performance, though.
I don't know his. Oh, I forgot to write it about. Speaking of a good
I mean,
performance,
a half hour later, he was probably having sex, right?
Yeah, he was like standing up
enough.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, in that movie, in the
Uh-huh.
ball beating movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The performance in that movie. He doesn't do much in that movie. A lot of scowling. All right,
So,
let's.
are you
TV.
caught up on Obi-Wan?
No, I did not watch today's episode. I watched that with my wife, and we have to watch that together.
I'm still 2 episodes behind if you include today's. So I never watched last week's. I watched that with my son, and we're not caught up yet.
The word on the Twitter street was that this week's episode was good. Howard Stern was talking about it. He was complaining. He had the similar complaints that I had, but he admitted to enjoying the show. Sounds like he likes it more than I did, but he had similar gripes.
I think it's okay to complain about something you're enjoying. It's okay to
Or
complain
even
about
if you
something
don't.
like.
I mean, look, if I didn't like it, I would stop. There's shows that I
That's
just
what I
stop
mean.
watching because they're so hard to watch. But this is, you know, it's 6 episodes. You know, you're going to see a lightsaber. Can't be that bad. It's not that bad.
How are you doing on The Boys? I still haven't started that yet either.
Oh, we're all caught up on that season 3. I mean, I was complaining about the dark, the dark James Bond movies. This is obviously a dark superhero franchise. So, but you're expecting that there, and that's what it's known for. And it's really well done. I think I would recommend that highly.
Cool. Have you watched Ms. Marvel yet? Anyone? Has anyone watched Ms.
I'm not
Marvel other
watching
than
that.
me yet?
I'm out.
Not yet.
I'm caught up on it. I think you'd like it, Cheapy. I don't know why you're out.
I don't know. I don't even know that character, and
I will say the second
racist.
episode is a lot better than the first episode. I liked it. Actually, I liked it a lot. If you recall, I complained last week. We had this whole conversation about the bangle, and it turned into a conversation about Green Lantern. Essentially, if anyone's wearing the bangle, can anyone be Ms. Marvel? And in episode 2, they clearly established that no, that is not the case. That the power is part of Kamala Khan, but the bracelet basically is like a conduit for it. It helps her control a power that she didn't even know she had, and it's the bracelet that brings it out.
what a cop out.
It's fine. I'll take that over what happens if she drops the bracelet on the ground and some bad guy puts it on?
Right.
Are they now a superhero, supervillain? So the answer to that question at least would be no, because that bothered me.
What happened?
What if
Can
she puts on one of Shang-Chi's rings?
Then I think she would have double power, I think is how that works. Double secret power.
What if she loses the bracelet and can't find it again?
Well, I feel like something like that's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
I
don't
mean,
know.
we're gonna watch this. We just I've got to watch it with the entire family, and we just haven't etched out the
Mhm.
time yet. There's been a lot of Flora's Lava season 2.
How's that going?
They really flipped the script this time around.
It's real lava now.
They changed it to where there's also like exit passes that are out in the arena.
Oh, nice.
So that you have to get the exit passes before you can get out. But then also, that's also how they like judge if a team ties. Whoever got the most exit passes goes on. And now there's like a final round where they climb a volcano every episode as well. The last 2 teams.
That's awesome. I had the joy of presenting this show to a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old for the first time, and
They
explaining
loved it, right?
and explaining. But you have to explain, like the 5-year-old gets it like right away. The 3-year-old, you really have to explain that that is not real. Like the floor is not lava.
Why would you do that? Let a
Because-
3-year-old. If a 3-year-old wants to think
He's
the
not
floor
my
is really
3-year-old
lava,
because he's not my 3-year-old. If it was my 3-year-old, I would torture them. But it's my friend Ahmed's 3-year-old.
this woman's gonna die.
No. And so I'm
This
explaining
poor-
it to the
This
kid.
poor woman is in agonizing pain. Isn't this show horrible? Let's keep watching, kids.
But he was watching it like with like squint like this. Like I could tell he wasn't quite getting it. And I'm like, it's not real. It's made up for TV. They're pretending it's lava. And then he got it. And he's like, it's not real. It's not real. And I'm like, yep, he got it. And then they loved it.
Yeah. Like,
And then they jump around all the furniture in the place.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. My kids are all about that and Holy Moly season 4.
Holy Moly is cute though. Rob
Both of
Riggle
them
knows
are.
how to host a show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what's his name? Rutland, the guy of the Floor is Lava host.
Oh, he's not Rob Riggle.
He's not. Yeah, he's not Rob Riggle. It's like Holy Moly doesn't work as well without Rob Riggle, and even the other guy is pretty funny too. But I think also
Joe Statator.
yeah, but I think Rob Riggle elevates. He elevates. So
Definitely.
yeah.
My kids are very excited whenever they see Rob Riggle in anything.
Mhm. It's like, do you ever watch Wipeout on TBS?
We do sometimes, but I haven't really. I don't know. It doesn't have the same charm.
I like John Cena and Nicole Byer together. They make me
They're
laugh.
fine. I just think the game itself is not.
The game
as
itself
intriguing.
is too samey. They need to change up the course more than once every season. Like it's just it's season 3. Here's a new course. I'm like, no, you got to change it like every 4
Yeah,
episodes.
Holy Moly changes it up, but they keep the classic holes in there, like hole number 2, where they have to run past all the porta potties before they get
Mhm.
slammed into the doors. That's a good hole.
Mhm. Yeah,
They should just
Yep.
add lava.
and I think they will eventually.
Spice
Why
it up.
wouldn't they?
Yeah, the golf is lava.
Tried and true.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Rob Riggle's talented. Newsflash. I guess I don't know. I don't know who needed to hear that.
Speaking of talent, I started watching the new season of the Michael Che show. Is that what it's
that
called?
damn Michael Che.
That's
Is that
what it's called. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I knew that wasn't the right name.
Yeah, I know. That's a good show.
Did you watch the second season?
I have like 2 episodes left. Of the
Okay.
second
We only
season.
watched the first episode. The podcast the podcast sketch killed me.
Mhm.
It's pretty great. And we finished the series The Staircase, which was on HBO Max. And that is a very, very good performance by Colin Firth.
Now, can I ask the question?
Yes.
Since you watched the whole
Yeah, I
thing?
watched the whole thing.
Okay, because I'm familiar with the actual.
The Michael
reality
Peterson case.
Yeah. Is the owl in the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was what I was gonna ask you, and I didn't want to have that be a spoiler.
They
for you.
spared no expense really in doing this. This one, like it, Colin Firth's probably not that cheap. They did a good
No.
job. Like they really tried
But-
to make it cinematic, and
Even with the owl, it didn't look silly.
no. Like they had a few bucks to spend on this thing. I think it was again it's. Like with something like this, even though it's a crime docudrama, it's really more about like the people as characters and the family members as characters, more so than just like, hey, there was a murder committed here. I mean, that's how you stretch this out over 8 episodes. But luckily, the acting is really good and it's very interesting, and just the case itself is interesting.
So, do you think he did it, or do you think it was an owl?
I think he did it. I think
Okay.
he did it. I think usually. Like the easiest explanation is the.
So you don't
true
think she
one.
was attacked by an owl and fell down the stairs?
That guy is a lying liar, Michael Peterson, and usually like,
I mean, but it
don't
could have
know.
been an owl.
it could have
and
been.
she
I
fell-
don't know. I wouldn't.
If, in case you're wondering, his defense was
Well, don't give
she-
away too much.
she was attacked by an owl.
It wasn't
and
even
fell-
a defense. It wasn't even like a defense. It was like he's already in jail already at this point. But there's the other. They're trying to find other theories because the theory is like maybe she just she fell down the stairs on her own. She wasn't like murdered by her husband, and she just found him there. It's good. You should watch it. Just the performances are amazing to watch this guy. Just and it
Is
takes
this on
place over
Peacock?
no HBO Max, and he plays like Michael Peterson at several different ages. And there's a lot of sex in it. It's
You
good.
like that?
It's good. I don't know that I need to see like Colin Firth having sex, but it's good. Just check it out if you like these crime shows, well acted crime shows. Do you want to do a word from our sponsor before we get into the new releases?
I was going to recommend the same. Yeah, we can talk about our friends at HelloFresh. What is HelloFresh? With HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking fun, easy, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh delivers fresh quality produce from the farm to your door in less than a week, so you can savor summer flavors right from home. They have 30 dinner recipes to choose from every single week. That's the most choices of any meal kit, with foolproof step-by-step recipes. It means a joyful cooking experience and a stress-free summer. Plus, HelloFresh cuts back on time spent in the kitchen, with meals ready in around 30 minutes or less. You could discover their new seasonal summer recipes like cucumber salad stuffed pita pockets, chicken sausage stuffed peppers, Tuscan spice shrimp, and so much more. Also a reminder that Green Chef is now owned by HelloFresh, and with a wider array of meal plans to choose from, there's something for everyone. We love switching between the brands, and now you guys can too, with a discount from the CAGcast. I eat HelloFresh, I don't know, at least 3 times a week, because I get it every week. Tonight I had the rigatoni with ground beef and zucchini pasta. It was so good. It was delicious.
I had the Southwest beef cavatappi. Is that the pasta?
Yeah, that's a thing. Yep.
I think that's one of their Hall of Fame dishes. That's a good one. That one's really good.
Yeah, we had the honey glazed pork loin earlier this week with the broccoli and the potatoes. That's another Hall of Famer. That one's so good too. I highly recommend that one. Anyway, to try these meals, go to HelloFresh.com/CAGcast16 and use code CAGcast16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. Again, go to HelloFresh.com/CAGcast16 and use code CAGcast16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. That's HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. All right, deep breath. And now we move on to our friends at Trade. Trade Coffee connects customers to the freshest and best-selling coffee they've ever made at home by partnering with the country's best craft roasters. These are independent businesses from big cities and small towns. Trade customers are truly impactful for these independent roasters, often being their largest source of new growth for them. Their expert-tasted coffees, Trade's coffee team actually test thousands of coffees to keep 450 kinds live and ready to ship every day. There's no one perfect coffee, but there's a perfect coffee for you, and Trade's human-powered algorithm will find it. Trade Coffee sends you freshly roasted beans from 60 of the country's best craft roasters, small businesses who pay farmers fair prices to sustainably source the greatest beans from around the world. Whether your friends call you a coffee snob or you just know when coffee tastes really perfect, Trade's real coffee experts personally taste test over 450 roasts so they know exactly what to recommend to you. Because the truth is, what I like and what you like could be totally different. You will like a selection of specific coffees that are different from anyone else's tastes. Just answer a couple of questions and you'll get your own personalized variety of coffees delivered fresh to you as often as you'd like. No gimmicks. Trade delivers a bag of freshly roasted coffee as whole beans or ground for however you brew it at home. And they guarantee you
ground.
Chemex.
Give me Chemex, please.
I get mine ground. And they guarantee you'll love your first order or they'll replace it for free. Trade has delivered over 5 million bags of fresh coffee with more than 750,000 positive reviews. Right now, Trade is offering new subscribers a total of $30 off their first order, plus free shipping when you go to drinktrade.com/CAGcast. That's more than 40 cups of coffee for free. Get started by taking their quiz at drinktrade.com/CAGcast and let Trade find you a coffee you'll love. That's drinktrade.com/CAGcast for $30 off. And don't forget about Father's Day coming up. A Trade subscription is the perfect gift for the coffee lovers in your life. Thank you.
Coffee.
Yep. We did it.
How about new releases?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have new releases.
Is anyone playing any of them?
Well, let me see. Let me do a little perusing.
What's
here.
the Quarry? I heard about that.
The Quarry is the new kind of Telltale type game, right?
No, it's. Did you ever play Until Dawn? Dawn, right?
Yeah, but it's got like decisions and stuff to make.
Well,
right?
Did you ever play Until Dawn?
No. I know what it is.
I played that game and I enjoyed that game very much. That game is very weird and very awesome. And yes, I guess it does sort of have a Telltale style to it, but it's not like that. It's more of a game.
This is a first person
it's definitely
like horror
creepier.
thing.
I think it might be third.
Right? It's third person, and the thing that I need to figure out, and I read a few things, but it never really told me. I must have been looking at the wrong reviews. Like there's co-op in this game, and it says 1 to 4 local co-op, and they're adding the online co-op later. But I'm interested in how we do 1 to 4 co-op local in my house. Obviously not my kids, but
yeah, I was gonna say you're not gonna play this with your kids.
I don't know.
The first one was creepy. It
this
did a really good job. This is like a Rami Malek special, by the way.
It's got David Arquette in it.
Yeah.
So
they got him. They were able to get him.
They were.
Huh.
Yeah.
The David Arquette, yeah. They
He's
offered
available.
him a bag of Cheetos, and they were
Used to be a mainstay on
I'm
Stern.
very interested in this, but I need to figure out how the co-op works.
Is Peter Stormare in this one? Because they should have had him back. Because he was like the thing that kind of tied that first game together. He was like the narrator. That game was super weird. Like you'd be playing the game and you'd make a decision, and if someone died or if you made a bad decision, Peter Stormare comes out and goes, "Well, it looks like you made a bad decision." I'm like,
Perfect. So it's like it's camp counselors, right? Your high school camp counselors. It's the end
is that
of
what
the
this
summer.
one is?
Yeah, you're the end of the summer. The David Arquette says, "You got to get out of here. It's the last day of summer." And then I don't know, like your car breaks down or whatever. And he's like, "Stay in the house. Whatever you do, stay in the house. I'll go get help." And he drives off, but he's like in a truck. It's like
Plenty of room.
just put the 9 kids in the truck.
That's
I guess.
not safe though.
I guess not.
And
Yeah.
like he might get a ticket.
That's true. He could have gotten a ticket.
Maybe one more ticket and he loses his license. Could be.
Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. I definitely watched the trailer. I have not found the body of text that tells me how this works co-op wise.
Well, it's
Because
not
I'm
out
not
yet
interested
anyway.
in playing it by myself.
But
I don't know. I heard it's a good game to play with someone sitting next to you, but only playing single player. Because that's kind of how Until Dawn was.
That's Cheapy. That's Cheapy's household. That's not my household.
I know. I'm just.
They're hands-on.
Shipwreck's not sitting there watching me play video games. That's not how it works. I know that's how it works in the Cheapy household.
Yeah, I gotta-
It's a different.
I feel like this game will be cheap at some point because I think it's
because everything is.
Yeah. So I might pick it up then. I remember picking up Until Dawn for like $5 and being satisfied with that purchase. So
Nice. All right. Anything else
I
for
can
new
wait.
releases? Probably not, right?
There's a new Mario soccer game that came out, Mario Strikers Battle League. I know I'm looking for that to get a little bit cheaper.
That doesn't
it's
happen.
$60.
Yeah, it doesn't. Get,
It seems to be happening more on the Switch. There seems to be some sales.
Yeah.
Some of the Nintendo games have gotten down in the $30 or $40 range.
Mhm.
So I'm hopeful there.
Nice.
I think that'd be a game that Dashel would enjoy.
all right.
But none of the rest of these 30 games that came out for the Switch are doing anything for you.
No, I think we should move on and talk about Fakey
Cool
3.
animals.
Fakey 3.
Cool animals.
That's a good name. Probably good SEO.
So we moving on.
Yeah, let's get on to Fakey 3.
I was gonna say I have no Fortnite news this week.
Good. Let's get on to Fakey 3
Okay.
because it's E3 time, and this is how we do it now.
So there was an Xbox thing. I don't know, video live
the
stream
Xbox and Bethesda showcase 2022.
Palooza. Showcase of Palooza.
Mhm.
What about
they
the
showed
Jeff
a bunch of
Keighley one?
games.
That was first.
Wasn't
Yeah, we
that
haven't
the
talked
same-
about that. That happened first. The Summer of Keighley launched.
That's E3 now.
Yeah. That one was he told us to temper expectations appropriately on that one.
I don't even remember what he talked about.
It was a lot of remasters. There was a lot of remasters. A lot of horror games in space.
Oh yeah, now I remember that. Yeah, that one had the Callisto Protocol on that too, right?
Everything has Callisto Protocol. That game looks good.
So they're just going to keep showing it everywhere.
That game looks good. But the problem was they also had like 4 other Callisto protocols in that same presentation.
Yeah, I know. Everything's in space. Everything's dark. Everything's scary. You don't know what's going on. It's a lot like the world right now. Here are games that highlight that.
So I mean, there were solid games in the Keighley presentation, but I don't know. Like that didn't really look like anything that I needed to like get excited about. Like it's just the same as like if I had gotten a press release of individually of each one of these games coming out, right? Like there's no real great reveal having trailer after trailer after trailer.
Right. Yes, this is not as exciting as E3. Is that what you're saying? But
it's exactly what I'm saying.
Is that because COVID has slowed down game development so much, or is that because there's no in-person event?
It's just so like E3 itself was of course like tailored messages, but this is just like
pre-recorded video,
so honed in of just like here's the one video you get. Enjoy that. I hope you like this game. Here's the pre-order link. It's like
because you're not going to hear people's impressions of it. You're not going to
get the hands-on time.
Right.
You're not going to get people's impressions of it. Everybody sees the exact same thing. They hear the exact same thing. Like even at E3, like when somebody's presenting it for like 20 times a day, they're going to mix stuff up and like try to keep it fresh for themselves while they're talking, right? They're not saying the exact same thing every time. So you get different takeaways based upon that. And I don't know. This is just, these things are boring. They're boring to watch.
Not just that, but you pointed out in the chat, in our little chat, that was it Microsoft that's basically said, don't even watch our thing live, just wait for the YouTube 4K.
Oh, that was me. Yeah, I sent it to you.
Yeah,
they show it in after the live stream of Microsoft. They show it in 4K after the pre-recorded one is in 4K. So it's like, yeah, I guess you should wait and watch it in 4K.
Well, it's all pre-recorded. It's just they're streaming it live, like a like if it was live, and I guess I don't know.
This way you can't skip ahead. I don't, is why they do it the other way.
But the way was that an email they sent to you?
No.
Oh, because it was weird how it was worded like basically like, we really recommend just waiting.
Oh, it was on the Xbox Wire. That's
okay. It was like their PR.
Yeah, the
site.
PR
well, they were tweeting that out ahead of time too, I think. Like
they're right
like,
though.
Hey.
They're 100% right because these live streams look like shit. I mean, you can't tell what's going on.
Did you watch the Xbox one?
I got to be honest. I only watched the Starfield video.
There's nothing wrong with that. Other things that they showed was these are all things that are coming to Game Pass or coming soon this year.
Everything they showed was supposed to be within the next 12 months.
Yeah.
That was the theme.
That was the theme.
Naraka Blade Point. I'm sure that's something that.
Well, you're not going to just read this whole list of
I
20 games, right?
At least read them in alphabetical order if you're going to do it.
Nah, I am excited for Forza Hot Wheels. That should be fun.
We've seen that before, though, right? I mean, it's not that exciting.
But I liked it last time.
Sure.
What about A Plague Tale 2, Cheapy?
Okay, look, that game was awesome. The first one was awesome.
That trailer looked good.
I didn't watch that.
Overwatch 2 free to play?
Is that the full name of it?
Yeah.
No.
Overwatch 2 free to play.
Is it different? No. There's no. Okay.
No, it is not called Overwatch 2 free to play.
Well, I wasn't sure if there was like a pay version.
No, there is no pay version.
So Overwatch 2, I didn't even know that. Overwatch 2 is now officially a free to play game. Okay. God, they fucked that up. They fucked that game up, man. They had something special there, and they just they tread water for so long.
Mm-hmm. They should have just. I'm surprised. They could have just made the first one free to play and added stuff to it. Maybe that's what the second one will be. Maybe the second one will have the first stuff. Like
it looks just like the first one, the second one.
Like maybe if your stuff
they
from the first
the orange
game,
to blues and the blues to oranges.
I see what you're saying, Wombat. They should carry over your shit if you've invested in it. Of course.
Because I know that the first game still has an audience.
Otherwise, fuck that. I have so many Lucio skins. Like I'm not. If I can't get that,
that's what I mean.
Yeah,
if you're not going to have
those, a name I haven't heard.
Lucio. Oh, Lucio's the best.
If you're not going to have that in the second one, why would you play that?
I support all video game DJ characters.
I mean, not to talk about, well, even like an Apex or a Fortnite and all the games that are, part of that same oeuvre, you get your new season comes out, you have your skins, they're all still there for both of those games. When they come out with a new map, everything is still there. So
I'm just bitter as somebody who really enjoyed playing Overwatch. They just let that game get stale. They didn't watch what was going on around them and just say, okay, we could they didn't need to be that creative. They could just say, okay, let's take a little something from Fortnite, take a little something from Rocket League. It's not like they're operating in outer space. Like there's a lot of things they can draw from. And they just we're content with adding a new character once in a while and a new stage.
Activision.
It's so boring. Yeah.
Maybe they were just too busy sexually harassing people.
Hey. Yeah. So that's, I don't know. I'm having a hard time getting excited about Overwatch, but yeah, I'll check it out just because unless I don't have access to my Lucio skins, then forget it.
I bet you do.
Yeah. They wouldn't fuck that up.
They'll be there.
Yeah.
You'll at least
Coming
be able
out
to pay
with,
something to get them.
Good.
Persona 5 is going to be on Game Pass. I know people are excited for that.
Right. Oh, I see. This graphic is broken down to this year and next year. I see.
Yes. And right now I'm looking at the this year stuff. Wait, it's interesting.
Is Cocoon based on the movie?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Let's see what else we got here. Halo Infinite Season 3.
Is it Battle Royale? Why about you just laugh? Why'd you laugh? Because it's that name?
Because it's Halo and who cares?
God, they blew that too. Why not Battle Royale? People making excuses.
How do you announce Halo Season 3 but not Halo? Here's the things. Here are the features you want. They're coming this year. Like Horde mode coming this year or whatever, whatever it is they need to add to it.
COVID really must have fucked up development of everything. It has to be they didn't need to reinvent the wheel here. So I would blame it completely on that. What about Starfield? What about Starfield?
What about Garfield?
Starfield, isn't it called Starfield?
He hates Mondays.
No, Starfield. Isn't that the game?
There's lasagna.
Stop it. Now I'm looking it up. Why is this not in alphabetical order?
Pre-order now, you get normal.
There it is, Starfield, yeah. That's the only video I watched because that's the most hyped game.
I was waiting. We were going to do that last, just like they did.
Oh, right. I had to scrub through that whole video to get to Starfield.
Yeah, I scrubbed a bit on the Xbox One as well. That's also the benefit of watching it after the fact.
I watched a first-person spaceman walk around rocks.
Oh, and I forgot. I stopped at Diablo. Also, I admit it. I admit it.
I watched all the ones that were in my lanes. Right, I watched Redfall. That was another Left 4 Dead type thing with vampires.
I know. I'm on Redfall. I'm I've seen this.
It's on Game Pass. Well,
I know.
I'll play it for a few days.
So is Forza Motorsport.
I couldn't even bring myself to watch that. I'm sure.
Did you know? I watched the Forza Motorsport. It, looks fantastic. The graphics are ridiculous.
Right.
It's got cars in it.
Right. I don't need to watch it. Right. It's not like it's hard to watch something, but I just don't know. I feel like
you don't need to watch
it. I knew it.
It went through how they now have dynamic times of day, and I'm like, oh,
who cares?
Oh, great! And the trees are better.
Great. I'm always inspecting the trees when I'm driving 180.
And ray tracing was said maybe 10 times during a 2-minute clip.
What's Minecraft Legends? You don't know?
I did not see that one.
I watch it and I still don't know what it is. So
somehow the kids, at least from my own experience with my one child, they've gone back to Minecraft on the Xbox. For a while there, it was Minecraft on the PC. Something happened. I don't know. There's different. I can't keep up with all the different. But something happened. I don't know.
My daughter only plays Minecraft on the iPad.
Something happened, and now he's fucking on my fucking Xbox.
No, maybe she just does it to piss you off.
No. There's some reason. They must have some game mode on there.
I have a crazy idea. Why don't you ask him?
He doesn't care. He doesn't want to talk to me about Minecraft, and I don't care. We're in agreement on that.
Anyway, Starfield.
Yes.
Lucky to hit 2023.
That's
No way.
That's what the sign said. Yeah, no, I feel
No
like this game
chance.
still has more cooking to do. I feel like what they showed wasn't too impressive. I think they spent way too much time highlighting the things that are the worst part of Fallout 4 and Fallout 76, which are the building aspects of the game.
And the brown rocks.
Some people like that stuff.
Do they?
I get it's in every game, so somebody must like it.
I'm like, who? Because I even tweeted about that. I'm like, I really hated the building in Fallout 4. I hated it with a passion, and everyone responded to me, yeah, it's the worst thing in the game. I hate it too. I don't want to do it. I don't want to have to do it.
But building your
Subbuild.
spaceship is different than building like a
I don't want to
town.
build I don't want to build a town. I don't want to build a spaceship.
What?
I don't want to build a gun.
What about a
I don't want
snowman?
to do. I don't want. No.
I don't
no.
want to build a
I don't want to build a
snowman.
snowman. It doesn't have to be a snowman. I don't want to do any of that.
Why? Spaceship is good. Build a spaceship. The
No,
Wombat-mobile.
I want fly a spaceship. Sure.
Oh, man, I thought I was bitter.
Upgrade a spaceship? Sure, I'll upgrade my spaceship. I'll go land in a port, and some cool alien will be like, "Oh, nice spaceship. It could use some bombs." And I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I could use some bombs. Give me 8 space credits, and I'll sell you some bombs." And I'll be like, "All right." That's how
sounds
it's
good.
supposed to be.
Oh, that's good.
It's not supposed to be me zooming out into some other screen.
maybe they
and
can
flipping
automate
the
your
ship
ship.
over and adding 2 little balls on the bottom and going, "Oh, now my ship has bombs." I don't want to do that.
I didn't care about that. I just cared that it looked a lot like Fallout. I was like, why does it look so much like Fallout? We're in outer space now. It's like...
I mean, it looked a lot of people were saying it looked a lot like No Man's Sky.
No,
with
No
the
Man's
base
Sky is
building.
colorful.
But No Man's Sky is colorful.
Even from day one, like they led with like they did their best. Led with like the colorful planets. It wasn't like super detailed or elaborate, but it was still like, it looked alien. This just looked like Fallout. Like you could have, even like the HUD looked like Fallout. I was surprised actually. I was expecting them to at least try to disguise it somehow.
In October
how
of
many of these
2023,
games, like throughout throughout the Keeleys and the Plays of Summer or whatever the PlayStation ones are called, and the Xbox ones, everything is black or brown or like really gray, like
the big games, the big
all
games.
the big game.
Yeah.
The most interesting thing that's been so far is that whole like family friendly one. What was that one called? The Wholesome Games Direct. Erna Semper said it in the chat.
Okay.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I thought that was a joke.
No. Wholesome Games Direct was a thing where all the bright, shiny games were at, right?
How was that?
It was great.
Awesome.
I pre-ordered a whole bunch of games off of it because they were all family-friendly games, right?
Like what? Name one.
Lemon Cake.
What
That doesn't sound family friendly at all.
At Lemon Cake, you run a bakery and you do some farming and you do all that type of stuff. So the Wholesome Games Direct had the most like interesting and friendly looking games, like creative ideas were all coming out of that one. Like,
it's interesting to me too because, not to beat a dead horse here, but the most played games on the current gen consoles, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox One X, the most played games is Fortnite. I'm not saying people have to like it, but one thing that game has that none of these games have
colors.
is that it's colors. It's a very bright color. Like the new thing with this season is a quarter of the map is purple. And the purple is spreading. Like that's the whole thing.
Oh, is that good or bad?
That's cool. It's cool. They did a good job with the purple. But it's why I think part of why that game works is it doesn't take itself it has colors to it. It's not just doom and gloom. And yeah, look at all this. There's just no colors anywhere.
Apex is colorful too. I think they saw that part of like Fortnite, like Apex. Like everyone seems to be having fun in Apex. The characters are always having fun in Apex, even though they're in a battle royale killing each other. They're always like cracking jokes and like fun stuff is happening for the most part. And they probably stole that from Fortnite.
I will say High on Life, that one had some colors. Did you guys watch that one?
Yes, Red Letter Media is doing the voices.
The Rick and Morty.
Yeah, Rick
one
and Morty.
where the guns kind of remind me of the what was that? The Odd World game where you
Mhm.
were shooting the little live ammunition. This time around,
Is that a
the guns
ga-
are live and talking to you.
Is that a Game Pass special?
That is a Game Pass special.
I'm
Yeah.
excited for that, and that is a this year game. So that's something I have to look forward to.
Rich Evans is the gun, I think, right?
Really?
I think so. It's Rich and Mike are the voices from Red Letter Media. I don't know who Mike is. I watched the clip of it. It seemed like he was the gun.
I mean, I heard the guys, what's his name from Rick and Morty, Justin Roiland, do a lot of voices. So.
What else from this Microsoft Bethesda showcase? Anything?
I don't think so.
Kojima.
Oh, Kojima.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's not coming out this year.
It's not a game.
It's not. It's
They
a
don't make
concept.
games.
Kojima.
They got him. Here's a pile of money, Kojima. Make us something hot. Something.
Death Stranding 2.
No package delivery.
More Stranding.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, people like him. He sells games, I think. Is that a Game Pass game, the Kojima joint? Have they announced that yet?
I don't know that there was anything beyond them saying
Ask
Kojima.
me again in 2025.
Did you watch the Diablo? It looked good.
Yeah, it looks like Diablo.
I don't fuck that up.
I mean, I'm hoping the Activision deal goes through, so I don't have to buy it.
Right. All right, let's should we move on? What are we playing?
When's the next Treehouse? Is there
Oh,
nothing to
I mean,
Treehouse
well,
coming
this sort of goes together because I did the PS Plus upgrade. Did anyone else do one?
Nah, I'm not looking at that.
I went from vanilla to extra, the middle one, and so now I have like some PS5 games that I didn't have before. One of them being Spider-Man Miles Morales, as well as the Spider-Man Game of the Year edition. So I decided that since I never played the DLC for the Game of the Year edition, I would start with that and then work my way up to Miles Morales.
Can you go straight to the DLC on that?
Yep. Yeah. Well,
How does that work?
I had my cloud save from the original anyway.
Okay.
So
Got
I had my 92% completion, completed the story in
Guess
Spider-Man.
what? We play the original Spider-Man game on the PS4 weekly at my house, and it looks fantastic on
It does.
PlayStation 4.
It looks so good. It's such a good looking game.
Yeah,
And
so how's it on PS5? Does it still look good?
It looks amazing.
Great.
I finished the Black Cats DLC.
Okay.
I'm up to the second one, which according to, I like how it tells you how far you are by percentage, because I played an hour of it and it said I was 20% done. And I'm like, all right, I'm making good progress on this one. And I'll probably, try to finish that one through and then see where I am. I'll see if I want to finish it off. It's just the 3 short chapters.
It's not long.
Yeah. So I figure maybe I'll go through that and then I'll go straight into Miles Morales. My only complaint about the DLC is it has 3 unlockable costumes for Spider-Man. The first one you get right after you do the first little bit of story, like, oh, you saw the first opening cutscene. Now the world opens up. Here's a costume. That makes sense. The other 2 you don't get until you do every side mission. You get 1 costume, and then complete the story. You get the second costume, and but by that point, I'm not playing the game anymore. So why are you giving me my costumes at the end? You should give me the costumes earlier so I wear them while I play. It doesn't seem to make sense. That's my only complaint about the
You already have
method.
like 30 other costumes.
I know, but I like more costumes.
Sure.
I like the Spider Armor Mark 1 that they threw in there, but I want the Iron Spider costume now. I don't want to have to complete all the side missions.
Okay. We have it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dasher just plays that game in perpetuity. Like it's just going to keep going.
Oh, because it's great. Because you could swing around forever and not really get too bored of it.
They're constantly thugs on the street that need to be punched.
Mm-hmm. So enjoy that. And I'll play Miles Morales. I know that one also isn't too long. So
It's fantastic though. Yeah. That you need to play that game.
Yeah, and I will. I decided I have no interest in PS1 or PS2
Dash
games
will
or
also
whatever.
beat that game recently too. He finally got to the end of that one.
Nice. So I'll play that. Yeah, and I think Ghost of Tsushima's on there, the one game I bought. So, good for me.
You're really getting some good value out of this.
Oh, yeah.
Playing the game you own on PlayStation 4.
Well, hey, I have one good
Sure,
PlayStation
he's not
5.
alone, by the way. For a lot of people.
No, it was like
same thing.
the Miles Morales was the most downloaded game on the PlayStation last week or this week.
Sure. I mean, it's one of the best games on PlayStation 5. So it doesn't surprise me. What else is on there? What else are you doing in there in the PlayStation medium tier?
I mean, it just has a handful of PlayStation 5 games, and I'm trying to remember what they are off the top of my head, and I don't remember. But it was enough to make me go, you know what? I don't have any, so this makes sense for me. And it was $30 more a year. I just have to pay the upgrade fee, and I'm like, I'll do that.
And it comes with Peacock.
Exactly. So we'll see what happens. Maybe they'll add more stuff throughout the year. I'm also interested to see what they do. But I figure for Miles Morales alone, it's worth it. And who knows, maybe they'll add Ratchet and Clank in a month or two, and then it'll totally be worth it.
I don't know if they're doing that.
I don't know. They might.
They might.
They added Spider-Man. Come on. If they're going to add Spider-Man, then potentially they could add anything.
I'm still playing Chorus. It's good.
How's that going? Good?
It's one of the best like space shooters in the modern era. So if you like that type of thing, if you're a fan of those old PC space shooters, this is really good. And the controls are really good if you're playing on with a controller.
We've still been playing Space Lines of the Far Out.
Nice.
But we have the whole, like previously it was just me and Gretchen playing. Now we have the whole family. So we have the full ship of all 4 characters playing at the same
that's
time.
so cool.
Yeah, I
haven't tried that yet.
We all have our roles. So I'm the driver and the radar operator. I also control the power.
You gotta check that out. It looks. I checked it out after you talked about it. It looks fun.
Yeah. Mr. Shipwreck is in charge of the meals. Emmeline's in charge of the entertainment, and
So
Dashel
cool.
is in charge of fixing everything.
Nice.
So cool.
Yeah.
A Death Stranding, which we mentioned earlier, that is on this new system thing as well. And I have not played that game.
Oh, go for it. I want to hear about that. Because I played that, so we can discuss it.
Yeah. And I feel like there was one other one that was interesting to me, and I already forgot what it was. But I guess I'll figure that out later.
Nice. All right.
It's interesting how you
balance
like the balancing act there of Game Pass versus PlayStation medium tier.
Yeah. Because actually, like those are that is the two competing things.
Right.
More
like,
so
just
than
your time competing between those, like not yours, everybody's really. I'm just curious how that works out for you. Like,
well, I mean, I did download Raiden 5 Director's Cut because I like a good shmup, and there's a handful of them on there. That was the other thing that I thought was pretty cool. There were like 3 or 4 interesting looking Japanese shmups, bullet hell. You don't like those, Cheapy, but Ship and I do.
If that's what we're launching with, I think we got,
I mean, I'm into that though. I'm like, yeah, that works for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Is Returnal on there?
Is Returnal on there?
No.
I have the list
Probably
in front
not.
of me. No. Redeemer is on there. Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, those are games that start with R.
Yep. Oh, Returnal is on there. Yes.
Oh, it is. Okay, good. You should check that out. I'd like to hear you. I'd like to hear you talk about that.
Well, they've done a lot of updates on that, right? So they've made it so it's not as unforgiving.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, now's the time.
Yeah, you can save now. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's like a roguelike game or something?
Mm-hmm.
They eased it up, so
I'll give it. I already paid for it.
Get it. I got to hear about it. Are we ready for the CAG bag? I think we're ready.
I think so.
Beautiful. Which one of these do I want to talk about? Is anyone still interested in their gamer score? This is from Clixby. I am not. I could not tell you what mine is. Shipwreck probably knows what his gamer score is within 500, I would say. Is that accurate?
I'm somewhere up 170,000 something. I don't know if it's within 500, but I would say I'm like closing in on 180,000. It's not like I'm out there like telling everybody my gamer score. Like,
are you harvesting points though?
No, not really. What I harvest points for is the Bing rewards or whatever.
I was gonna say if you get an achievement,
rewards.
yeah, you have to do the couple of achievements and you get a.
I do that. I do that stuff. Like I do the rewards because it's not that hard to just get like $10 in gift cards every month from Microsoft just for doing the rewards.
Clicking on things, basically.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah. It's basically clicking on things, doing like, I don't know, really quick quizzes. And then on the Xbox portion of it, it's just like, hey, play this game on Game Pass. And you literally just have to launch it. But then I end up usually playing it for a while. Like one of them was What Remains of Edith Finch.
Yeah.
Finch.
That game is weird.
That game, I agree. I played that on Sunday, which Xbox was having some issues with Xbox Live on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And I got far enough like to get the rewards points. I had to like eat my first rabbit in that game. And I'm like, okay, I don't understand what that means. But like then like a half hour in, I'm eating a rabbit.
It's a metaphor.
Maybe.
Or lunch.
Have you played that game?
Is that the green? No, I don't think I played that one. It's not like
so that game
monochrome,
is
right?
Super weird. No, it's not monochrome. It's first person adventure-y style where you go into a house and you're going around and you're clicking on things and reading things, and then you go like it's all about your family and like the history of your family in this weird house. You're playing as Edith Finch. And like the first one, this is early in the game, so it's not a spoiler, and the game's been out for a while. The first one you get to is, I don't know, some relative of yours that was a small child, and she went to bed without food. And so she got up in the middle of the night and started eating things, and then she starts turning into different animals, and you turn into a hawk or an owl or something, and you're out like flying around. Turn into a cat first. A cat, and you're chasing a squirrel. Right. And then you jump off of a tree, and then you turn into an owl or a hawk. I don't remember.
Sounds interesting.
And then you're going down and swooping down and eating rabbits. And so I did that to get my 75 Microsoft points or whatever. And then the game crashed because Xbox Live was having trouble. And I'm like, what did I just play? Like that was the weirdest game I may have played ever. And I know it's well received. So I don't know if I'm going back to it or not.
Right. It might be too weird for you.
It made me feel uncomfortable playing it. You played this, Wombat?
I played a little bit of it. I remember it was, all I remember is that it was weird. It was probably, 2 years ago? So.
You kind of selling me on this. I may have to check it out if I remember. Remind me.
It's on Game Pass, so.
It's there, waiting for me.
It's right there. As Wombat says, you already paid for it.
Yep.
Right.
I don't see it on PlayStation Extra.
All right, let's do another question from Iberian Ape. He asks if there's any ping pong shenanigans this week. Well, I'm glad you asked. There is another tournament on Saturday, but supposedly I'm meeting up with Sushi Dragon tomorrow night, and he's going to live stream from a table tennis club with me. I don't know why. I don't know why he agreed to do this. I really don't, but it should be fun. I want to get like the owner and his whole family to come because they're pretty entertaining. So yeah, hopefully follow Sushi Dragon on Twitch, the Sushi Dragon. And I'm assuming we're streaming tomorrow night, Thursday night. And I'm going to win another trophy the day after or 2 days after. So
I'm excited. Where do you keep the trophies? Why are they not in view at all times during the...
Here it is.
There it is.
I keep it like this just in case I fall on it. I can be impaled by it.
Okay, good.
I have it on a shelf usually over here.
You're going to need a case.
I don't know. Who knows if I'll ever win another one. Eventually, hopefully I'll get good enough that I can't win any more trophies. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll get to the division where it's so good that I just don't have a chance. You know what I'm saying? Wombat knows what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
I get a few trophies and then I can't get any more. That's the goal. Maybe. All right, let's go to bed. It's late. I'm tired.
It is late. Me too.
Tend to your dogs. Are they sleeping?
I think so. I don't know how. I haven't heard anything, so I assume no noise is good noise.
That's good.
Let
Yes.
them lie.
Yes. Yes. All right. Well, we're doing a show next week, right? So we'll see you next week.
Yeah, I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bread's done.